Hi everybody, I'm Joan Childs. Welcome again to my make-believe book signing. I'm doing it virtually due to the pandemic and the inability to go into bookstores, which are all closed. So this is the best that I can do to share with you my latest book, my new book, I Hate the Man I Love, A Conscious Relationship is Your Key to Success. I want to remind you that this is not a male-bashing book. Men can learn something about a conscious relationship also. You can purchase this book at Amazon or your favorite bookstore, and I hope you'll enjoy it and learn something. This chapter that I'm going to be doing is Chapter 4. It's called The Dangers, Drags, and Dubious Dregs of the Dating Game. Oh, I'm sure many of you are going to find this very interesting. I myself have been a partner in this too. So I begin with a quote from Alice Walker. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking that they don't have any. Thank you, Alice, for that quote. So what about the dangers, drags, and dubious dregs of the dating game? Oh, I could go on. I could write a whole book on that. But what I did is I highlighted certain habits that seem to happen in relationships. The first one I call the bait and switch, the hit and run, and the 7-year itch versus the 7-week dude. So that many relationships start out with a bang, and those that do, you can really kind of count on that they end the same way in a storm. When you see somebody across the room and it excites you and it turns you on and you say, oh my God, that's that guy, I got to meet him. You can better believe that that's the guy that you don't want to go to. You want to walk away, get out of there. So in this chapter, I cite real stories about different women who had these kinds of experiences while dating. Mindy and Jack, and I think there's a few more, and they each have their own story. Millie and Jason. And so basically the content of what I'm trying to address is, why do we keep repeating the same mistakes? And this is what I want to read to you from the book. All women need to understand that this behavior is not a coincidence, but a pattern that keeps repeating itself. And I'm sure those of you that are listening can say, oh, well, that's me. Trying to work out some unfinished business from the past. Where does this madness come from and why? The reasons are plentiful, but the common denominator are childhood wounds. Since we choose our mates both consciously and unconsciously, it is imperative for us to examine the reasons. Otherwise, change will never occur. So I go on with more content, but I'll skip over it because I want you guys to read it. And like I said, this chapter contains several real stories about women who were dating and thought that they finally met the right guy. And it turns out when they thought they were with Dr. Jekyll, they turned the corner and guess who was there? Hyde. Okay, what do we need to know now? It's not easy to change the neural pathways created by Disney and the movies that we grew up with during our childhood. They leave such an indelible mark on our psyches. Our beliefs are formed early on, and abandoning them is not really an easy process. The mirror neurons in our brain allow us to mimic both good and bad ideas and values. Being raised to believe that someday my prince will come is a message that is nearly impossible to erase. It follows us at any age, and thinking we have outgrown such an influence is something we do at our own risk. My advice, enjoy the movies by yourself, with your children and maybe your grandchildren, or even on a date. But remember, it's a movie, it's not real life. The only prince who is going to show up in your life is animated, and the only horse you may encounter leaves his shit on the ground for you to step in. So watch your step, ladies. And don't forget, tune in next time, which will be video 6 for those of you that haven't had a chance to see them up today. Start all over with video 1 and you'll catch up. So the next one is called Don't Fix It, Just Listen. And thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful day.